Okay, I think I'm all set. This time I'm doing 2 suites again, but I'm doing 2 demonstrations at the end. So that took me a little longer to get everything together than I thought it would, but I got it together, not too bad. But I'll have 2 cards to share with you. But the next suite, actually, yeah, the next suite I'm going to talk about is my favorite one, and the next one is a super cute one, and it's one of my favorites. So I hope you enjoy looking at these new suites. Let me see if I can get a few things situated here. I think I'm gonna, there we go. Okay, I think we're set. Here's the Peaceful Poppies. Love this. Like I said, this is one of my my favorite in the catalog. My second favorite will be in the next video. But aren't those pretty? And the colors, this is a beautiful, look at all the colors in the color combo for this. We got Poppy Parade, Calypso Coral, Flirty Flamingo, Crushed Curry, Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, Pool Party, Rich Razzleberry, and Blackberry Bliss. Really, those colors are just gorgeous together. So I'm going to hurry up and show you everything in the suite because I've got this suite. First, I'll show you the bundles. Here's the Peaceful Moments bundle. And it comes with, let me get this envelope out of the way here. The Peaceful Moments set. I've used this before. Actually, I've used both this bundle and my last live right before Christmas. And I love how it's got the all the sentiments, and then you can use these beautiful flower dies. And I made a card. I'll show you the card real quick that I made with that. That's the one I used in the my last live. So I used this long one, greeting right here, and these dies here. Isn't that pretty? I really had fun making this one. Those poppies are gorgeous. And then I used the stitch nested labels, things from the annual catalog, and made a little window and then put some of the designer paper behind it. So if you missed that one, you can see that in one of my Facebook Lives. Like I said, that was right before Christmas. So just scroll down and you'll find it. But love this one. So it's the suite, like I said, has 2 bundles. I don't know if I said that at the beginning. If you get the bundle, if you want everything that's on this page all at once, then you can use the easy order number, and that's 153938, and you get everything for $136.50, and that includes the 10% off on both of these bundles. And once again, these are USA prices, so if you live in the United States, you can order from me per Stampin' Up rules, so you have to live in the United States. Okay, get that card out of the way. I'm sorry I'm coughing every once in a while. Sick over Thanksgiving, then like a week before Christmas got sick again, and I'm still trying to get over that. I don't feel sick anymore, just a lot of the sinus drainage still. Okay, then when you turn the page, you see the bundles again. Oh, I wanted to show you the other bundle. Painted Poppies. So this one is the opposite of the other. This has got more label dies. It does have a couple dies for the leaves and the flowers, but this is all an image set. So that's why they've got the 2 bundles in the suite, because this one you get your sentiments and this one you get your images. And this is the one I'm going to be using in the card I'll be doing at the end of the video. So that's the Painted Poppies bundle. And if you get just the bundles, the Painted Poppies one is $52. That's a 10% off. And then if you get the Peaceful Moments, that bundle is $52 also. And that's the 10% off rather than getting them separately. And I want to hurry up and show you the other things in the suite. I almost got ahead of myself. Let me go back to this page again. Actually, let's get this out of the way so you don't have to, it'd be a little hard to see. This is Whisper White Crinkled Seam Binding. So you can see how it's crinkled, but it's pretty Whisper White. And being white, you can dye this in any of the colors that Stampin' Up has. You can use blends, you can use the ink pads, you can use the ink refills and add a little alcohol to it to color it a lot of different ways, and then let it dry and use it. So that's the ribbon that goes in it. Then there's some Peaceful Poppy sequins. So many pretty colors. The colors are black, clear, gold, dark poppy, and light poppy parade. So real pretty. And I'll be using those in the card. Let me get that in the video a little better. There we go. I think those colors look really pretty together also. Then we've got some embellishments that come with the kit. These are the Peaceful Poppies elements. So you get 2 sheets. They're thick die cuts. They're not self-adhesive, so you can put any adhesive on the back that you want to, dimensionals, whatever you want to put on the back. But you've got 2 sets of these. Then these are these are embossed. I don't know if you can see that. Let me try to get it in the video. There we go. You can see how things are shining. They're embossed images, and then you can watercolor over them because this is watercolor paper. So you can do the watercolor resist. I got emboss resist. So once you color over that, watercolor over it, then the ink will resist on the embossing. So the embossing will come through and the watercolor paper will be the only thing that gets colored. So you've got 2 sheets of those. Can't wait to use those. Then we've got some vellum sheets, 2 sheets of those. And then some black labels and borders, which are really pretty, and they're embossed. So that would be real elegant looking too. As you can see, I haven't used those yet. I have so many things to play with. Can't wait to be able to make some more videos. Okay, I'm not using these in my cards, so I'll move those over to the side. And I want to hurry up and show you the Designer Series paper. This is the Peaceful Poppies Designer Series paper. The neat thing about this sheet, once again, this is 12 by 12. The neat thing about this sheet, you can cut this in half and then have 2 borders. So if you scrapbook, just cut here and you can have 2 borders for your pages. You can also cut these up for cards, just so many different things you can do. And here's the other side to that, real pretty watercolor splash look. Then we've got this one here, and this side is for that one, and this one. I love the watercolor look on this. And this paper includes all of the colors that I showed you at the beginning of the video. And if you're coming in late, you can watch the video later. It'll be available in recorded version right after we're done. We've got this and this one. Doing a lot of Facebook Lives today because I want to be able to cover everything in the new catalogs. So much to see. Okay, so that's everything in the Peaceful Poppy suite. Now I'm going to turn another page. We're going to look at the ones in between. Like I said in the last video, there's so many things I want to get. This is one of them. I haven't been able to get them yet. This pairs beautifully with that Good Man one. So a lot of neat things you can do with that. Then there's this one with this neat braided punch. I haven't been able to use that yet. I don't have that yet, but that's definitely one I'll be getting. I like how they, well, it's not on this one. One of the beginnings, they had weaved the ribbon through the braid, which is pretty neat too. Okay, now the honeybee bundle I do have, so I can show you that real quick. Haven't made anything with it yet, but here are the cute dies. I love this ornate bee. I think that's going to make a lot of neat stuff. Let's turn this around. Then we've got the beehive, some honeycomb, some outlines of bees. So the outline ones, will die cut images from the stamp set. But isn't that cute? I'm going to be making some shaker cards with this. I can definitely see that in my future. So many neat things you can do with this. So that's the bundle. This one, if you purchase these together as a bundle, it's $41.25. And that'll be free. I mean free. Be 10% off, not free. And remember, everything when I quote these, if you spend at least $50 before shipping and tax, you get to pick out a celebration item for free too. So don't forget that. I haven't been mentioning that in the last couple of videos, but you definitely don't want to forget about that. And then this perfectly framed stamp set. That's this stamp set here. And it goes perfectly, I forgot to open this one up, the ornate frames dies that were in the holiday catalog, the last catalog, the holiday catalog. And these are still available to purchase. And I showed this card in one of my past videos, but this is using this greeting here in the stamp set and this frame. So that shows you how it works perfectly with it. So real pretty. I like having something else to use with these dies. Okay, now we'll turn to the next page. This is the next suite I'll be featuring here in this video, and I'll make a card using this suite too. It's the cute birthday bonanza. I think this one is so adorable. Now, let me get these out of the way. Getting things stacked up over here. Let's see, where did I put the... Oh, here we go. Here is the Bonanza Buddies. I forgot to get these out too. So this suite, if you purchase everything on this page here, it's $70. That gets you the designer paper, the bundle, the cellophane bags, ribbon, and pom-poms. And it's $70, and the number is 153929. Here's the stamp set, and then here are the cute dies. And I'll be using some of these dies too, so I probably should go ahead and get these out. I'm going to be using this one, and the big tag, and this one here, and the triangle for my hat. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get those out. That's that cute bundle. And then here are the cellophane bags. These are the 3x9 cellophane bags. Try to get situated here. Haven't got to use these yet either. That being sick just messed me up so bad, but these are gusseted, which is pretty cool. Like I said, they're 3x9, but aren't those cute? You could just use those and not worry, don't even need to decorate it. But I'll definitely be decorating these. I put a little tag topper probably up here on top, bag topper, make really cute things. Well, I think my video, good. My video froze up there for a second. I think we're back. Oh, Marlene, yeah, it doesn't look cute. I'll be making a lot with this. I know it. You're going to have fun with it, too, since you got it. Okay, then we've got the ribbon. This is the Daffodil Delight Ruched Ribbon. And I'll be using that in my card at the end of the video. And this one, you get 10 yards for $7.50. And then the last thing in the bundle are the assorted pom-poms. Aren't those adorable? They are so cute. And I'm going to be using one of the Poppy Parade ones. So I'm going to put that in my little dish. For some reason, my dish isn't showing up, but this is my little dish that you usually see. I think I've got it zoomed in too much. Okay, and I did forget to get some dies out that I'm going to use for the other card. Let's get those out real quick. I'm going to be using this one here and this border here. And those are the only ones I'll be using from the Poppy suite. Okay, now I've shown you everything in that suite, the Birthday Bonanza. Now I'm going to bring this back in. I'm going to show the pages in between till the next one, and then we'll stop. It's actually just one more set. It's this one. Haven't got to get this one yet either. Super cute. Oh, and I did want to show you some cards that I made. Actually, there are some more to show. Sorry about that. Here are two cards that we made at my upline's house with the Birthday Bonanza set. This one is adorable. This little trifold card. So you've got, this is how it opens up. Then you've got some more in here. Oh, I'm getting out of the video, sorry. Then you turn it over and there's some more stuff there too. So isn't that adorable? I had so much fun making that at Sherry's house. And then she had us make this little tag. And these are those little cork elements. I think it's Magnolia Lane. I can't remember. She put essential oil. She had us put essential oils on this after we colored it in. So it smells. It is so, and I think it's like a cinnamon oil. So you can, it's really neat. And I can still smell it today. And then she had dyed the white polka dot ribbon again. And this, it's a little hard to tell, has the stone embossing folder I showed in my celebration video, first video of the day. So that's that neat stone. And then I've got another card to share with you here in a minute that we made at her house that uses that also. So let me turn the page here, bring the catalog back. Got this cute special someone with a raccoon and squirrel and a mouse. And this one is another sneak peek. It'll be a die set coming in February for that one too. And this Label Me Bold. And then this one is called Witty-Cisms. And it's a $1 Million Achiever stamp set. Lisa Fast made this. I've actually got to meet her a few times and sat with her at an event back in May. She's friends with my upline and a few of my sidelines. A really neat lady. And she was one of the first, I think she was the second one to get the $1 million. I think that's what it was. But they're now letting the people that got the million, that didn't get to make a stamp set, make one now. So she's got to make one. So, and I have a card to share. This is one we made over at Sherry's, also my upline. And that one you can really see the stone. Isn't that cool, that embossing folder? And this is with that stitched set I showed at the beginning. The So Sentimental bundle is what it's in. Isn't that neat? Okay, real cute set. And now I think that's it. Yep, that's it. I don't want to turn the page because that'll ruin the next video. Okay, now it's time to demonstrate some cards. First off, I'm going to make the one from the Poppy Suite. Peaceful Poppy Suite. Couldn't remember the whole name there for a second. So you need a piece of old olive cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to fold it in half. Get my bone folder out here. Okay, so that's ready to go. Then we've got our Poppy Parade. I'm going to go ahead and put that on too, because I'm not putting any ribbon around it or anything. I'll put some snail around the edges. Put that right on top of my card base. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and stamp. I'm going to be using this pretty image here. Even though this is rubber stamp, I like to use my Stampin' Pierce mat, so I'm going to bring that back in. Excuse me. Then take a piece of Whisper White. This is, there we go, 3 by 1 3/4. I'm going to ink this image up. This is from the Painted Poppies set. And get it inked up with my Tuxedo Black. That looks pretty good. And I'm going to put that on here. I'm going to bring it down to the bottom just a little bit, because I definitely want the flowers on there. Hold it down. There we go. And I wanted the stems to be all the way at the bottom too. And then we're going to watercolor that here in a minute. And then I've got another piece of Whisper White, the same size, 3 by 1 3/4. And I'm going to take the thank you stamp from the Peaceful Moments. I'm going to ink it up with my Tuxedo Black. Oh, I've got dimensional things from the last video. Get those out of the way. And I'm going to put that near the middle. Doesn't have to be perfect, because we're going to die cut that later. So that's actually all the stamping we're going to do right now. On this card, that is. We'll do some more stamping on the next one. Okay. Meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get my blender pen out. And here's my Poppy Parade ink pad. And I put a little bit of an ink refill in here. Sometimes you can, when these are closed, you can squeeze this to get an ink pool on the top. This one's kind of tight, and I was having trouble getting that, so I decided to put a little ink refill in it. And I forgot to bring a scrap piece of paper. Let me grab one out of my drawer here. There we go. Because I need that to change colors. So I'm going to pick up a little bit, kind of take some of it off because it makes it really dark when you're using the ink refill. And I'm going to start doing the centers of these flowers while the ink is still dark. When it starts to lighten up, make sure I'm in the video here, yeah. Then I'll start doing some of the lighter here, because it's going to, eventually the ink will start coming out of this. So when it starts lightening up, then you'll see what I'm going to do here. Actually, it's still pretty dark. So I'll just keep going here, getting some dark here in the middle. Now I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to do some on the rest of it. And I'm going to intentionally go out of the lines, because this kind of goes along with the paper. Because if you remember right, when we were looking at the paper, it's pretty smooshed. And I'm going to leave some white space. This just gives you really neat. I'm going to pick up just a little bit from this one that's not very dark, because I still want to keep it light. It's starting to get too light on me, so just keep picking up ink until you're done. That one I'm going to add a little more dark to it again, because I didn't get that very dark. Get some of these little ones going. So see, if you just do it real quick and it looks really cool, not getting it colored in perfectly, and that helps you get it done quicker too. Okay, just about done. Oh, forgot one. There we go. So those are all colored in. I'll get that a little closer to you so you can see how I intentionally got out of the lines. So that's all done, and then this I'll take all my Poppy Parade off, and once it's clear, then I know it's ready to go for the next project. I always make sure I clean them off. There we go. Before I put it away, because more than likely, if I don't do that, then I'm going to start coloring, and I'm going to have 2 colors in my blender pens. And I won't be a happy person. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do some die cutting real quick. So let me bring my die cutting machine back in. Oops, I almost dropped something. Hold on here. There. My microphone wire started getting in the way. Yeah, thankfully I've remembered my microphone this time. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put this down and this old olive piece down. I'm going to bring in the dies I'm going to use. I need this one. And then this label one here. Okay, these are the ones that are in, can't remember the name, the Painted Labels dies. It's in the Poppies suite. And die cut those. Oops, that white one moved on me. Sorry about that. My pad down here is a little warped, so it's not hitting the magnet like it normally does. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and go through twice. You don't need that for this one, but I want to make sure I get all those die cut real well. And the neat thing with this label, hopefully you can see this in the video. Let me bring it over a little bit. There's a little embossing line all the way around the inside. So you've got a little, it looks like it's engraved a little bit. So I think that's really cool. Get this one out of the way. Got this neat one. And now for this, I'm going to also do another one of these labels up here. This one's going to be a blank one though, and you'll see why here in a minute. You only need to put that through once. Okay. Get my die cutting machine out of the way. Okay. Bring this back into the screen. Now with this one, I've got stuff thrown everywhere. Hold on, here we go. I'm going to cut this one in half. It doesn't have to be perfectly in half or a perfectly straight line because it's going to be hidden. And then I'm going to take my snail, and I want to make sure I don't get any here along this edge here. So I'll just bring it down like this way. And this is going to go right in the behind, but I want, here I'm going to angle it so I can see it. There we go. So we've got a little end on here. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with this end. And you want to make sure that you don't see any of the old olive here and here. So you want these straight lines to line up with the straight lines in the white one. Angle this so I can see it and show you again. See, like I've got a little green sticking up here, so I'm going to move that down. And now I'll push it down. So that's ready to go. And now I'm going to put some snail along the bottom. I know it looks like the top now, but that's actually the bottom. Turn it back around, and I'm going to bring this little guy in and make a cute border down here on the bottom. Looks like almost all the pieces came out except that one right there. There we go. So that's nice to know, isn't it? That die, all the pieces come out. I didn't have to work on that at all. There we go. So now we've got that all set. Looks like I got ink on my hands. Occupational hazard when you make cards, that's for sure. Okay, I'm going to bring in a piece of Blackberry Bliss. This is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and 2 pieces of the Peaceful Poppies Designer Series paper. They're both 3 by 1 1/8. And I'm first going to put these Designer Series paper pieces on. And I want them to be on the top and the bottom. And when I do this bottom one, I'll show you here and get my hands out of the way. I wanted the border around the sides and the bottom to be the same. And in this one, it's going to be the sides and the top the same. I'm going to go ahead and turn this around because I can see this a little better. Make sure those outer edges are the same. So now that's on. And this one's going to go right in the middle. So get that going. Get that centered and straight. That looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the card base. You'll see this card doesn't take long at all to make. And it's a really nice thank you card. So if you've got any thank you cards to send out there, this is going to be a good one. And I'm going to put dimensionals on this one. So I think I'll put one here and here. Oops, there's one. And maybe one here in the middle. Take the backings off. This is why I have backings between videos, because I just throw them everywhere. And then I'm going to put this one right there. And there's my Peaceful Poppies card for the live. Hope you like that one. And now I'm going to do one with the Birthday Bonanza. This one's a super cute card. Bring in my paper here that I'll be using. Get this over to the side. Here is a piece of Daffodil Delight. I've already got it folded in half. It's a 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 again. So there's my card base. Then I've got a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Coastal Cabana. Excuse me. And a piece of the Birthday Bonanza Designer Series paper. This one is a 4x2, and it's going to get attached here at the bottom. Well, hi, Marlene. Glad you could join us again. Oh, I'm glad you liked what I did with it. So now with the birthday bonanza, I really like that Poppies one. It is gorgeous. Like I said earlier in the video, that's my favorite suite. This is probably my third favorite. It is so adorable. Then we've got the cute little ice cream cones. That's on the bottom. Now I'm going to bring in a piece of the daffodil ruched ribbon that comes in the suite. And this is a 6-inch piece. And put a little adhesive on each end of the ribbon. Put it all the way around. Right along the top of the designer series paper. Try to keep it straight. And the ends are on the back. And now that the ribbon's on, I can put this on my card base. And whenever I have ribbon around it, I make sure, it's not wanting to work, there we go. Put ribbon on, adhesive on that ribbon too. That way it doesn't get popped off of the card there. Because I want it on pretty strong. Okay, there we've got that. Now I'm going to bring in a big piece of Whisper White. This one is 2.5 by 4.25. And I'm going to be die cutting. Let me bring this back in again. Well, actually, let's do some stamping first because I've got a few things to die cut. Let's bring this one in again. Bring my Stampin' Pierce mat back in. And we're going to stamp the little lion in this set. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I'm remembering all my steps here. Yes. Okay, we only need to stamp this one twice. So this is the body of the lion. And this is using Daffodil Delight. I'm going to bring that down near the bottom here, over a little bit. Okay. And it's okay that I got a little bit, that some ink got on my block, but that's okay. Okay, we've got that taken care of. I just realized I forgot to get one of the stamps. I need to get the little face for this guy. They thought of everything with this set. So let's get this little guy out and put him on the block. Okay. So I'll be doing him in just a second. First, I'm going to do the mane for my lion, and I only need to do that on one of these. And this is with the Mango Melody color. Make sure that's good and inked up. Then I want to line this up. And I like how this one also die cuts the, stamps the tail. Hold that down for a few seconds. There we go. He's starting to look like something, isn't he? And then here with my Tuxedo Black Memento, I'm going to put his little face in. And if I can do this at an angle, you can definitely do this at home. It's a lot easier. Okay, so that's all I need to do with that stamping. And, oh, take that back. We're going to stamp a little hat because this is a birthday card. And I think I can fit it in right here. And that's with Bermuda Bay ink. So now we can bring in my die cutting machine. Get that in the video. Move it over a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to bring in, let's turn this one over since it was getting warped. Now it'll, oops, I've still got pieces from the last card. Get those off of there. Okay, so I'm going to put this one in. I'm going to grab this guy here. Die cut that one. Get it lined up. And then I'm going to die cut this one. Now the reason I had to do this one twice, I'm not going to use the body on this one, but you still need that face. So that's why you have to do the body twice. And then get his little mane and make sure his tail's in there. That looks pretty good. And let me see if I can put the little hat in. It might be too close to this. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait on that one. Grab my my top pad here. Run it through. Oops, there we go. And we're going to see this one is actually cutting 2 pieces, just like so. Actually, I want to stamp that one too, so I'll do that one here in a minute. I forgot I did not need to do this one because I could just keep his face like that, but I wanted it to come out from the mane. So that's why you don't have to use this face, but I'm going to. So I didn't have to stamp on that one. I knew I'd forget that when I came to do this one. Okay, now we'll hurry up and do his little hat. Oop, I don't want to lose his tail. There we go. Actually, there. The reason I didn't do this one a minute ago is because I was afraid it was going to be too close to that other die. If they'd been a little farther apart, I could have done all of them at the same time. Oh, and I should have brought that other Whisper White piece in because I've got a tag to die cut. So this is the bigger one that was the 4.5 by 2.5. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 2.5 by 4.25. This one is going to do the big tag die. So hurry up and get that one done. And then we'll be done with the die cutting. Easy peasy. Oops. See, now that one I didn't get done just right. So let's put that back in here. Get this all lined up again. Yes, you can fix that when it happens. You just kind of fill the grooves. Get it back in. Having a little hard time here. This always has to happen at least once, especially when you do this many videos. You got to have it happen at least once. I get it lined up here. What I might end up doing is just cutting it because I'm having a little trouble. Yeah, I'm just going to cut that. Usually I can feel the grooves with no problem, but I don't want you to have to sit there and wait on me. I was starting to, but I was afraid I was going to mess it up. So let's just go ahead and cut this little straight thing out. What I should have done, I don't think I put it through. Normally you want to put these through this way, and I think I did it this way. Sometimes when you do it that way, it doesn't cut quite as well. If you do it this way, it does better. That's the first time I had trouble with that, so I just didn't have it laid down right. Okay, because I made this one last night with no problem. It die cut easy. Okay, so we've got the tag. We've got our little pieces for our lion. And here's a little pom-pom I'm going to use. And of course, oh no, there's his hat. And his face. And this one I'm going to have to stamp again since I've got mixed up. Didn't need it on this one, I needed it on this one. So let's hope I line this one up as good as I did the other one. Yay! Okay. Doesn't take much to excite me. Okay, now we can put all these together. I do want to take my happy birthday from the same set. I'm only using one set, and this is that Bonanza Buddies. Oop, I want to bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat again since it's a photopolymer, because I want it to stamp really well. We'll just put that at the bottom. There we go. Go ahead and cover that up. That one's been, don't want it to get dry. Okay, now we're going to take, oh, there we go. Almost lost his face again. Okay, I'm going to take some snail and put it on his body here. I'm going to put it here near the bottom. Try to center him a little bit with his tail. Oops, didn't need to be that close to the happy birthday. There we go. Here, I don't need this anymore, so get that out of the way. Okay, now we're going to put his head on, the mane, that is. Okay. And that can just get pieced on. And when you die cut it, sometimes you'll get some of the image of the body. So just line that up with the bottom one, and it lines up perfect. And you can't even tell. There we go. So that's on. And I'm going to take this one, I'm going to put a dimensional on this one because I want his head popped up a little bit, give us a three-dimensional look. And I will put him right over his face. Get this down here. Line up his ears. There we go. Perfect. Isn't he cute? Okay, oh, I don't want to forget about my little tail, so I'm going to grab some glue dots, because he looks a little unfinished without his little hairy part of his tail. So we'll put that right on there. There we go. Then we've got his hat. I'm going to go ahead and put it on with some glue dots since I've got these out. Snail would have worked too. And put his hat at an angle a little bit because I don't want to cover up this little hole because I'm going to put a ribbon up here. So we've got his hat on. And I have found with these pom-poms, I think it's easier to put them on glue dots. So I'm just going to push that down on the glue dot. Pick it up with my fingernails here. And then put it right there on the end of my hat. Just make sure that the side with the glue dot is facing down. There we go. Didn't that pom-pom just set it off? Love those pom-poms. Okay, now we're going to finish up the tag. This is a 5-inch piece of that same Daffodil Delight ruched ribbon. And I'm folding it in half, sticking it through here, starting from the top. Bring the loop up, and these two ends here, I'm going to thread through the loop, just like so. You just keep playing around with it. Sometimes it's easier to tighten it if you separate the strands and then pull on one strand at a time. So now we've got that on pretty good. And sometimes I will even take this little loop and pull it down. That way it does a lot better. So that's ready to go. Bring in my card base. And since I've already got this popped up, I'm not going to put any dimensionals on the tag because I don't want to make it too thick. If you get it too thick, you can't mail it. So I'm going to put this at an angle. And I'm going to trim my ribbon. I like to have these kind of angle out a little bit, so I'm going to kind of pull like that so they kind of come apart. And then I'm going to cut the ends at an angle. And keep them within the card. Okay, that's the last card. So these are the two cards. This is the one that does the Birthday Bonanza suite, and this is the Peaceful Poppy suite. So I hope you enjoyed those two suites, and I'll be back probably an hour, hour and a half with another video featuring 2 more suites. I'm having fun today. Hope you are too. See you soon. Bye.